Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in to Quantum Talks 8.0. I'm your host, Dr. Kiki Singletary Williams. As always, it's a pleasure to chat with you every single week. You're probably tuned in from our Rap Sessions with Dr. Kiki segment or Dr. Kiki Speaks podcast. Either way, we're so happy that you're here, and it's a pleasure to share with you every single week. If you haven't already, take a moment to find our platform, Quantum Talks 8.0, on various social media outlets. Like, subscribe, share, so that when we're posting, you can be informed. Today, I'd like to share about self-worth. Self-worth. I've been blessed to be able to work in various industries even as we speak, and so I do connect with various points of view on a regular basis. And it is clear to me that regardless of status, race, culture, creed, religion, or any of those things that divide all of us sometimes by class, that there is a central theme of self-worth. People don't really realize how much they are worth. Now, let's be clear. I'm definitely not speaking about material things or what's in your bank account or what you were able to do, accomplish, trips you were able to take, so on and so forth. I'm talking about the self-worth of who you are, everything that epitomizes who you are. Some people are walking around in bondage because they have been so beaten and torn down by verbal attacks and innuendos and abuse that is the lens that they use to actually interact with us day to day. You don't know you're talking to someone who is really projecting their own insecurities, traumas, and issues onto you. You're just really sometimes just taken aback by the reaction. They themselves might not realize certain things that they're saying or doing are offensive or can catch you off guard. It still does not change the source. Self-worth is everything that projects in our individual lives every single day. It's in our greetings, in our representation, in our walk, how we position ourselves, how we speak, how do we connect with others? What are we doing? It's all based on what we really truly feel within the inside. And if there are times when you may have heard people say rude, nasty, negative things to you, you may have decided, I'm not going to worry about it. But at the end of the day, some part of you actually hears it and processes it. And you might decide, they have a point or not, but you still hear it. And if you don't address it, then you're really not sure of how your system, your body, your mind, your energy will accept and now represent those negative, nasty, rude things. Self-worth is who you are at a core level, at a really, really basic, heart-to-heart, moral value. What resonates to you as an individual? It comes from your self-worth. You can have the material things, the business, and everything else, but if you're not aware of the worth of it, then guess what? You won't know how to properly charge. You won't know how to represent that business to your customers. Sometimes when people lack self-worth and self-esteem, it comes across because they can't even take a compliment. Or when someone's making comments to them that aren't negative, they still don't see the beauty in it. They feel attacked. So self-worth is something that we really need to get a hold of, because if you don't have self-worth, if you don't have self-esteem, then there is no confidence. And we have to be confident in what it is that we're doing. The fact that you woke up this morning and you've got into this place and this space at this moment tells me that you have so much more to give and there's a greater purpose for your life. But if you're just merely drifting from pillar to pillar, post to post, without any real identity of self, then you may struggle in areas unnecessarily. But that's okay. We certainly can assist you with getting to a better space. You've got to start seeing it in your mind of the greatness that you are. You've got to be able to position it within yourself as to your worth, things that you do, and everything about you that represents value. And don't allow anybody, anywhere, to pull you off of who you are. Sometimes your environment will not give you those positive reinforcements. Sometimes the people around you are so toxic, or they themselves have been abused, they don't realize it, they're just continuing those cycles. So it's really important that at a gut level, you are doing what you can and everything that you can to think positively, to see the silver lining, even if it doesn't appear to even be one there, to figure out ways to make certain things happen. No matter what is said to you, what can you do to be successful? What can you do to stay true to your goals and your dreams and your values? Self-worth. Because someone else doesn't value what you're worth does not change or diminish your worth. Okay? For instance, a cup of coffee from wherever you get yours from. There are several places, or if you make it yourself. A simple cup of coffee is based on sometimes the brand, the name, the taste, the aroma, the flavor, the feeling people get when they ingest it, so on and so forth. And what one person puts as the value for one cup of coffee, someone else doesn't have that same value. You probably make sure you drink your coffee, your tea, talking about coffee today, and that's what you do every day. Some people can go every quarter I'll drink 1/2 a cup. Like, everyone's value of certain things, even with, for example, coffee, is different. So it's the same principle and premise where as it relates to your self-worth. I cannot expect somebody to see the value in what I'm worth if I don't see it. Because somebody can convince you that, oh my God, you're doing a great job. Oh, this is great. But if you don't see it or value yourself, you're going to think otherwise. So regardless of one person being willing to spend $10 for one cup of coffee, and somebody else's limit is $1.99, doesn't diminish the product. Doesn't diminish the fact that, hey, we're going to get this coffee. Same thing with everything else. Somebody else's ideology of what you are or aren't or can and can't and did and didn't is theirs to house, not you. And you've got to wake up every single day and tell yourself that you are a child of the King. You are a child of God. And He has this magnificent purpose for your life every day. And because He already created today, I can't worry about tomorrow because He's already there. He's going to help me through mine right now. But it is important for us to be willing to face the music on unpacking negative things that have been done to us and said to us. Okay? I deal with businesses nearly weekly, and most people have been told by people who are right around them, oh, there's nothing to that, oh, you'll never be, oh. And we get it done regardless because you have it within you. Now, that might mean you have to partner with somebody who can get some things done and you know, can get stuff taken care of, but you still have to be able to be open to the fact that you're capable, that you are worthy, that it can happen for you. That if everybody else can say what can't happen, then there is certainly a chance that it can happen. When you put something together for yourself, whether you have help or not, you have to always be willing to stand back and determine what it's worth. People will allow you to lowball yourself, your service, your abilities, when it's something that they need, but they definitely will lowball you in an effort to get a deal, or maybe they're a user. So you have to have a way that you are conducting yourself and it's beneficial to the people that you work with and serve and family and all that, but also yourself. Other times, it does require a fresh set of eyes to take a look at your environment and what you're doing to show, oh my God, you're doing this. Oh my God, you have this. Oh, this is what it's worth. Sometimes you might be too close to the scenario or the situation to even determine what it is that you're doing. Or maybe you're so driven to the point of, I know I gotta get it right, this is gonna be successful, that you haven't taken a moment to celebrate those tiny successes along the way. You don't have to wait until that great big announcement or grand opening to celebrate. You should be celebrating every single day. There's something of value every single day about you that you should be celebrating. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Do you believe that? There are so many talents and gifts and opportunities for success that effortlessly lie in all of us. Are you open to it? Have you positioned yourself to conceive that this is real? Okay? Sometimes people can be very, very focused on life or reliving everything that they've gone through, that they don't have a moment and take a moment to determine everything that they have going for them. They're so busy rehearsing and repeating what tore them down, what broke them, that they've not processed it enough to heal and then move forward. So if you aren't sure of your worth, we need to have a conversation. You need to reach out. We can definitely help you to determine what you are doing, your project, your goals, whether it's personal or business, okay? Let us help to coach you to the finish line. Because, again, people may really truly see your worth, but they don't want you to see your worth. Is that why it's easier to hurl off negative and toxic statements and comments? Maybe. What I've learned is most times people think you're just going through the motions when you're out to do something. When you have a goal in mind and you are working on certain deliverables, sometimes people think, oh, that's cute. Yeah, because they don't really see it going anywhere. Okay? They're not promoting you. They're not trying to help you. They're in an effort to be able to check in with you from time to time and say, oh yeah, how's it going? Oh, and remember that thing you said you were working on? Oh, what was the story with that? Like, they will keep tabs on you, and it's almost like a secret snickering to themselves that, I knew that wasn't going anywhere. Or, wow, you've been trying to do XYZ for a long time. Keep it up. Keep trying. And little do they know, something will just shift. And And all of a sudden, what you've been working hard to do and what you've been praying for, boom, is happening. It's everywhere. Those are some of the sweetest victories of being in a position to accomplish your dreams and goals and to, in essence, be on the pathway to success in spite of those who claim that your efforts are worthless and what you're doing is doesn't have a future. So as you go through your day, your afternoon, your evening, be willing to tell yourself that you're doing an amazing job. Be willing to take a concerted effort to pour into your project. Sometimes people get weary of trying so hard and there's seemingly not any results. And they are so much more closer to the finish line than they ever could have believed. You are almost there. Don't you dare give up. And you are not the negative, the nasty, the inappropriate things that people have said and done to you. Our Creator God will continue to see you through towards success. But you got to be focused and have a plan in place that glorifies God. You got to be willing to seek Him over and over again about the direction and the projection of your project, of your goal, of the task at hand. Don't pray to get it going and then 7-8 months later you still haven't talked to God about what you're doing. You've got to be diligent every single day. Pray without ceasing. Remember, we pray and praise. And there's no special time. You should do it all the time. And I recently worked with someone who gave so many positive accolades and feedback. And one thing that I can share was the person said, I did not realize my worth. I want to thank you for helping me to see what I am worth. That is a groundbreaking, late-breaking, breaking news moment. And it's not necessarily what you're doing every day. It's the fact that you won't stop, that you're staying committed, that you won't quit, that you're getting yourselves more and more acclimated to the beat and the drum of our Creator. You can't lose then. But if we allow ourselves to rehearse and have it rehearsed in our inner ear over and over again, all that we've heard, then that's probably where we will be stuck at. So, one thing is for sure. If you don't know your worth, you'll never be able to determine when you are undervalued. If you don't know your worth, you'll never be able to decipher when you're being underpaid, when you're being taken advantage of. Okay? People don't mind throwing you a little bone here and there as long as they think they're getting over. We hear it from time to time where certain actors and actresses, long after the production of the show and the release of the show, movie, whatever, now you're hearing that, somebody got a couple $1,000, whereas someone else got a couple $1,000,000. What was it worth to you? What is it worth of you being involved? Did you lowball yourself? You will lowball yourself every time if you don't know your value. You will lowball yourself and take whatever somebody slings your way if you don't know that you are a king. If you don't know that you are a queen. And people will know what you're worth, because think about it. They're calling you because they have something that they need to get from you. They have probably already done research to find that some folks don't have the total package. They're not going to bring this process to completion. They don't have that experience that you have, so on and so forth. So they know what you bring to the table. They're just hoping that you don't. Or that your back is so against the wall that you're willing to take and do anything. No, sir. No, ma'am. So as we evolve into the new month of February 2024 and beyond, this is the time to determine your price list. And that's a price list on everything. On your energy, on your efforts, on your presence, the services you provide, the expertise you have. Now is the time to determine what it's worth. Take a moment and jot down everything that you can do. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, cognitively. And everything should have a comparable price tag. Even as it relates to your tolerance for negative environments or bad energy. And govern yourselves accordingly. Okay? If you know you have X amount of years of experience doing certain things, guess what? Google it and find out what folks are charging for those same experiences, attributes, and credentials. Never again be sold for short. People will lead you astray, and the next thing you know, you started off, at a certain position. Now, you're at the back of the line, picking up trash, which there's nothing wrong with that job or the ability, because we all should be cleaning up behind ourselves. But my point is, they'll come at you because they know who you are and what you can do. And by the time they talk you off of what you are worth, now you're in a whole nother stream and journey that has nothing to do with who you are, but you're doing everything that you are experienced to do and more, and not being properly compensated. You are valuable. If people don't value who you are and what you bring to the table, that is on them. Don't let people decrease what you've already placed as a value on something, as if you don't have the option to accept or decline. People want you, but sometimes they don't want to pay for what it costs to be affiliated, associated, to work with, etc. with you. So if you can get your self-worth together and you can shake off the negative things that have been said or are being said, or even that you think about yourself, therein lies success. Therein lies the opportunity towards promotion. And again, you don't have to wait for, the media release and press release, grand opening, so on and so forth. You should be celebrating every day along the way. It doesn't mean you have to spend exorbitant amounts of money. You can still just do something kind, nice for yourself. Hey, watch your favorite movie. Do something for yourself. Sometimes people go through their entire lives on this rat race, trying to impress others, trying to be accepted, trying to go to the next project, the next level, the next, and you're not taking time to respect yourself and the need for renewal, the need for rest, the need for replenishing, the need for respect. Okay? When you don't stand up for yourself, self-worth, self-values, self-esteem, self-confidence, you are in essence disrespecting yourself. So we can talk about respecting others. We need to have a conversation on respecting all of us respecting yourselves. So, from this moment forward, let's start to shed the negative things that we've experienced and find your tribe, find your people. If you are around people or people seem to gravitate towards you that are always causing you self-doubt, they're always talking you out of your worth, they're always downplaying your accomplishments, or that I saw your that little bitty business, or they make these snide comments, that is something for you to listen up to and make adjustments accordingly. Because there is a remnant of people who are not trying to step on, press down, stab, kill, strangle, annihilate you. They are trying to promote you. They are trying to uplift you. They are trying to further your purpose, your plan. Instead of thriving off of the negative things they're hearing or the bad breaks you keep sharing, there's a remnant of people who actually value you effortlessly the way you are. And they are going to promote you, not in terms of what they can gain from you, but because it brings them a certain level of joy in being able to promote someone such as yourself. There are good people out there. So if you find yourself, always on the defensive, or, carrying the bad end of the stick or something, you might want to start taking an inventory. Why are you allowing certain things to continue? Why are you allowing certain things to be a part of your existence? If it's not elevating you, if it's not bringing you peace, if it's not a part of God's divine and efficacious will for your life, this might be the time to go ahead and readjust some things. So, as always, please praise and pray without ceasing. Our awesome Creator hasn't forgotten about you. And He looks at you as worthy. He looks at you as worth it. He looks at you as all of that. And no matter who doesn't value you and believe the same, doesn't matter. You've got to believe the same for yourself. And when you do, it requires action. Otherwise, it's lip service. You can say, oh, I don't deserve this and all that. But if you're not making adjustments so that it's not your reality, then, hey, that's something that we have to work on. So listen, continue to subscribe to our channels, like, share, subscribe, follow. But also, let's get you into a place that you feel good about yourself. You feel worthy. One thing about victims is sometimes it takes a long time for people to feel like they are finally healing because there's some work to be done. Let's decree and declare victim no more. You know, boundaries have to be set and enforced. Why put a big, nice rod iron gate up and you never lock it? You never use the features that it's there for. So again, I'm Dr. Kiki Michelle Singletary Williams, and you are tuned into Quantum Talks 8.0. Thanks so much for tuning in to Rap Sessions by Dr. Kiki, as well as Dr. Kiki Speaks podcast. May you continue to be blessed, coming and going in everything that you do. Remember, praise and a prayer. Bye.